back, everyone, to week 3 of Sportsfellas.
Let's go.
Oh, let's get it.
Let's do it.
It's your ring-chasing Sooner Nation, tomahawk chopping boy Driz.
Emerge from the black hole, representing Get Up the Raider Nation, Big Dog.
Yeah,
This
boy.
is Mr. Brett, the commander slash Redskin fan, representing for all those Redskin fans out there, and our Tar Heel fans too.
All right, this is your Roll Tide Hook 'em Horns. I wish I could say more about Denver, but it's just that right now we're not doing too hot. But it's okay. It's your host, Carlos. You guys, we are going to talk about College Game Day of the Week. Also, Chuck's Dugout, our weekly picks. And then we will also do Chris's Fantasy Football lineup. And also, we will talk about Driz and Lowe's Players of the Week. And we're going to talk about one of our favorite shows, Bro.
I don't
Oh
know.
man.
And also, White Pillow Football Talk. Before we dive in, let's go ahead and take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
Hey guys, why don't you check out She Barber Cuts Barbershop and give Markeisha Brown, the licensed professional barber there, a call at 316-218-3566 for all your haircut needs. She's got cuts for kids, adults, and for those looking for the good one, the deluxe with beard trims, wash, and hot towels. So don't forget to give Markeisha a call at She Barber Cuts and see her at 2319 North Ridge, Barber Suite 6A here in Wichita, Kansas.
We had some technical difficulties there. All right, well, let's kick off with the College Game Day of the Week. We have the number 6 Tennessee Volunteers going against the number 15 Oklahoma Sooners.
Boomer Sooner, baby.
All right.
Yes.
Driz, who are you taking?
Okay. Listen.
We are listening.
I'm a Sooner fan. I love OU.
We get that.
Very hyped about being in the SEC. I've got to go against my Sooners.
Stop the press. Oh, hey,
Yep.
Eric, is there technical difficulties? Is there something going on? Oh, no. Did I hear that correctly?
You did. So we have a great defense. Our defense isn't the problem. Our problem is our offensive line and quarterback. We need to do better offensively because offensively we have no firepower. We can't find a way to score points or gain yards, and that's fine against unranked teams or Big 12 teams, right? It's not going to cut it in the SEC. And the first 3 games we've played, I haven't seen anything offensively that tells me we can beat the Volunteers. They look really good, and I think we'll put up a fight, I hope. But honestly, man, this week I think we're going to lose, and it's going to be a tough season for us.
Man, that's so demoralizing.
I gotta tell it how it is, man.
I do.
Yeah. I remember when I first saw when OU wanted to go to SEC. I'm like, this is a practical joke, right? and then it finally, and then when it was real, I was like, they're gonna get killed out there. So Tennessee all the way.
I got to roll with the balls right now because I just don't have no faith in OU beating them right now.
Shout out to Knoxville out there, the Volunteers. They look great. I'd like to see Tennessee do something. I've not seen them do anything good since back in Peyton Manning days. It's been that long.
Yeah.
Tennessee is looking really sharp right now, and they look pretty scary. They might give a run in the SEC.
Yeah, especially with the rise of Arch Manning. Man, that boy can play.
Oh yeah, indeed. But that's the other thing. That's the Texas side. But all right, let's go ahead and take a quick pause and take our following sponsors.
With spring here and all the storms on their way, you need to make sure you have the proper home, auto, and all your properties insured. We here at Razor Cut Information just can't get enough of our favorite insurance man, Ernie Ruelas. Please visit Ernie and his State Farm agency at 11330 East Central Avenue, Suite 400, Wichita, Kansas, 316-682-2300. Thank you so much, Ernie.
All right, and Chuck's Dugout. And the American side, we're getting so much closer to the playoff time. We still holding on. The New York Yankees, the Cleveland Guardians, the Houston Astros, the Baltimore and Kansas City Royals. They need to hold on, Driz, because they're letting those games slip away. So they need to get it together. Over on the national side, we still have Philadelphia Phillies, the Los Angeles Dodgers, not Chargers, the Dodgers. Also, the Milwaukee Brewers, San Diego Padres, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's go ahead and take a quick pause and take our final sponsor.
Razor Cut Information would like to thank you, Ernie Relas, at State Farm, located at 11330 East Central, Wichita, Kansas. Please visit Ernie to talk about your home, auto, life insurance needs. As they say, Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Thank you, Ernie.
In Chris's fantasy football lineup, you guys, we've had a lot of ups and downs. Driz, who do you recommend in week 3 for your offense and defense?
Okay, offensively, get either Carson Steele or Samaje Perine from the Chiefs. Now that Isaiah Pacheco is going to be out, they will be a good flex option. We'll see how much they produce in his absence. One of those two I think will work. We don't really know who's going to get the heavy workload yet, but Pacheco's going to be out for a while, guys. So definitely pick one of those guys up on a high-octane offense. And then defensively, man, I don't know. Defense doesn't matter that much when it comes to fantasy.
Well, thanks.
I had Dallas last week, so I'm very disappointed, man. They gave me negative 2 points, so that's all. That's why I don't even care about the defense, man.
You cold.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
Go ahead, dog.
All right. Hey, not to, jump on my bandwagon, my team, but I got to go with the Raiders. Any offensive player this week because they're going against the Carolina Panthers. And right now, Carolina defensively has not shown anything they can stop water right now. So right now, you can pick either receiver or running back for the Raiders and run up on the defense. And I'd have to go with the Raiders defense because they can't seem to move the ball at all because they just made a change of quarterback. So with them putting in Andy Dalton, he might be a little crisper, but you're gonna have Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins coming after him. So just like they get us Baltimore. So therefore, those are my picks for the week.
I'm going to say right now, get James Conner for Arizona. James Conner right now has shown he's flying under the radar, getting his yards, getting his touchdowns in. And right now, Arizona's doing great. They're playing very high-octane offense, so that we're seeing a resurgence in them for the NFC West. On the defensive side, believe it or not, I'm going to take Seattle. The reason why I'm going to take Seattle is because overall, they're going to get to that. They're going to get to that backup quarterback. They're going to get to him. They're going to try to disguise some things. And I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to lock down Tyreek, but I feel that overall, if they can get to that quarterback, how's he going to get the ball? If they're going to be that pressure in his face. So I would take the Seattle defense. All right, let's move on over to week 3. This is going to be very interesting picks because it's just a lot of up and down. There's a lot of inconsistencies going on right now. So let's kick it off with the Thursday night game. We have the New England Patriots going against the Jets. Jets. All right, Brett, who are you taking?
Okay, see both teams. Not really impressed by either or, but if I were to give the edge to one team, it'd probably be the Jets, but not by too much. It'd probably be a good shootout with Rodgers coming on in there.
Man, this is kind of a tough one because both teams are, to me, from what I've seen, New England's running a lot better than what I counted on. And the Jets right now, they came out struggling, but Aaron Rodgers starting to grab his flow, but I'm going to have to go with the Jets on this one because they have the slightly better defense, and I do believe Rodgers is going to get the ball moving against that New England defense.
I think this is going to be a very close game, so deciding who to pick is kind of tough for me. So the Patriots have a good running game. They have a good running game going on in clock management. And the Jets, they have a great defense, but they haven't been as explosive on offense as I thought they'd be. I'm going to give the slight edge to the Patriots simply because I like how they've been playing. And Aaron Rodgers isn't playing like Aaron Rodgers. He's getting older. He's maybe, just trying to get back in the groove of things. But until I can see that they can be explosive, I'm going to go with the Patriots. The Patriots defense is really good this season. I think the Patriots defense is much better than the Jets, and I think that's really why they're going to win.
That's enough said. I'm going to take the Patriots as well, but I'm going because of their defense as well. I just feel that they're able to get pressure, and they did a great job going toe-to-toe with Seattle. It goes to show that New England still offensively don't got the pieces yet that they need, but defensively they look great. Moving on over to... This is a pretty interesting game here. Interesting. No, I'm kidding. We got the G-Men going against the Dog Pound, the Cleveland Browns. Don, who are you taking?
Hey, Cleveland all the way. 'Cause New York is another one of them teams, just like the Carolina Panthers. What's up?
It's Cleveland, man. Has New York even scored a touchdown?
No.
Like, they haven't even scored a touchdown this year. Like, you know how ridiculous that is with two going into the third week and no touchdown scores? So,
Terrible.
Yeah, that's all you need to say.
Terrible.
Cleveland hands down. They struggled week 1 against Dallas, and then they found their groove in their past game. New York, and why y'all pay Daniel Jones all that money? Stop.
Exactly.
I'm just going to take Cleveland. They're at home, and also they need to get something back, get that kind of offense going again, because Stefanski right now is just with Deshaun Watson. There's just been a lot of inconsistencies. I think this year we're going to see James Winston probably get some reps. And next up, we have an NFC conference showdown here. This is pretty interesting. We have the Fly Eagles Fly. The Philadelphia Eagles going against the New Orleans Saints. This is pretty interesting. Don, who are you taking?
Man, based on up to this point, I'm about to roll with New Orleans because Philly, after they gave up that game against Atlanta, they can't seem to stop nobody when it really counts. And right now, I think New Orleans just got the better weapons offensively, and defensively they do just enough to do what it takes to win.
I agree with Don on this one. I'm going with the Saints, man. They've been playing so explosive. And Derek Carr's been on fire these past 2 weeks, and seeing how they played against the Dallas defense. So Dallas has a great defense. Like, they play really good all around, and they put that many points up against them, make them look like fools. Yeah, give me the Saints this week.
Oh, that definitely Saints. I mean, Derek Carr showed. In fact, he didn't even get touched by Dallas defense all this past week. Their offense didn't have to punt anything until like midway through the fourth quarter. So.
New Orleans is a very interesting team to play right now. Derek Carr's got them moving, and Alvin Kamara went from mediocre season 2. Now he's like top 10 running back in the league. You're going against a Philadelphia team that right now they're inconsistent. Their secondary is terrible. Offensively, yes, Saquon is going to get his points, but they don't have A.J. Brown, so they're kind of one-dimensional on that. I'm going to take the Saints on this game.
Hurts needs to learn how to throw the ball accurately. Is what I think.
Yeah. Yep. Moving on over, we have my team, the Denver Broncos, going against the hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Driz, who you taking?
Give me the Buccaneers, baby.
Really?
Yes, bro. Baker Mayfield, Boomer Sooner on fire right now. Great team around him. Come on, how the Broncos aren't even gonna come close?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Tampa Bay on this one too, man. Baker's been playing just some great football. He's looked better than he has ever have been. So I'm taking Baker and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm taking Denver because right now
You cold, dog.
Had us in the first half.
You cold in the
Man,
winter
'cause
breeze.
I have to lie because
Baby
right now
Juice.
they have been disappointing up until this point.
How can you deny it? Tampa Bay right now is playing great. I mean, Coach Morris right now has them where they need to be. And I'm telling you, they're picking up that confidence beating Detroit. It goes to show, just give a little bit more trust in Baker. Expand. I mean, Mike Evans, thank goodness he stayed with Tampa. It goes to show, hey, it was worth the investment. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Denver, but you guys are growing pains. I'm taking Tampa. Okay, we have the Packers going against the Titans. Who are you taking?
Give me the Packers, man. I don't know if Jordan Love is going to come back, but even with Jordan Love out, like Josh Jacobs stepped up and they had a good defense and they played good. So I got the Packers this one.
Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay too. Willis has played some pretty good football, even when Jordan Love being out. He's still able to find his targets in Romeo Dobbs and Devontae Wicks. So I say they take this game.
I'm also going with Green Bay because they're the new with Jordan Love out, the defense has stepped up, to complement the offense, and of course with Josh Jacobs stepping up. Those two things right there. And I don't trust Will Levis to throw the ball to even a 5-year-old right now.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's ridiculous, man. Yeah.
Man. I know that kind of slipped out, but
just for fun, I'm just going to take the Titans. I just feel that the Colts played well against Green Bay last week. It's just that AR-15 was very consistent, and Green Bay took advantage of that. But I'll take Tennessee. Next up, we have Flipper and the Dolphins going to Seattle to play against the Seahawks. Brett, who are you taking?
Whew. I don't know, man.
Next.
Next question. See ya.
Driz, who you taking?
Seahawks. Seahawks. Tua's out for indefinitely right now, and their backup came in and looked ridiculous. He had no idea what was going on. So as of right now, they don't have a quarterback.
Let me hit that rewind button. Brett, who are you taking?
Yeah, and I'm going ahead and take Seattle because I'm like with two out. Nah.
I'm also going to roll with Seattle right now because, Seattle's looking good, and I don't think their backup right now can get it to ball to players they need to or get that run game going. So they just going to come after them and just light them up.
I'm very concerned for the Dolphins defense because, with Chubb not being, everyone's been quiet there. Mm-hmm. And I feel like with Tua hurt, that team looks lost. Yeah. They look lost. They're just like, oh. So right now, I think Seattle is in the right spot. They could go 3-0 right now. They could be on top in the NFC West. Then they'll have their showdown with Arizona. But right now, Seattle's playing fundamental, and especially with Kenneth Walker out. And then they've got, I can never say his name right. Charbonnet. He's doing pretty good. So I'm going to take Seattle. Next up, we have them Panthers going against the commitment of excellence. Don's team, the Las Vegas Raiders. Don, who are you taking?
Obviously, I'm taking the Raiders on this one.
Really?
Carolina has proved, obviously, up to this one. Even if they weren't playing this, I'm going for my team right now. Because the way they played Baltimore, they shocked me right now. Even though I picked against them, they proved me wrong, which I'm glad they did. So, Vegas all the way.
Where's the game at? Is it in Carolina or is it in Las Vegas?
Does it really matter?
It does?
Because it's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas? Oh. I think, okay. Well, since Bryce Young is benched now, we got Andy Dalton stepping up. Hey, maybe Andy Dalton can make something happen. The only concern I have with Andy Dalton starting is the line. They have a terrible offensive line, and Max Crosby's going to completely destroy them. Despite that, you got a veteran quarterback stepping up with decent weapons. I think that with Andy Dalton coming in, he can put up a fight. And I think it's going to be a bigger fight than we all think. Because, but I'm going to go with Raiders. Just barely. Good. Barely, maybe by a field goal or a safe. Y'all get a lucky safety.
Of course, by a Chiefs fan. Of course, he'd say that.
So we'll see.
Raiders by a landslide.
Of course.
Andy Dalton, hey, I'm glad you're back. Adam Thielen has been kind of quiet. They've really got nobody going on, and it just sucks. It hurts my heart to see Carolina in this situation. You know what I'm saying? My heart goes out to you guys, but it's just going to be the Raiders. You guys are growing pains. Hopefully, this is going to be a game experience for Andy to kind of just get reacclimated again, and then they go back home and try to pick up a win.
Hey.
We have an NFC West showdown. We have the Gold Rush, the San Francisco 49ers against the Los Angeles Rams. I don't have a nickname for the Rams yet. I got to think of one.
It's going to take a while.
It's going to take a minute. All right, who are you going to take, Don?
Man, both these teams are pretty banged up right now, as far as their skill positions go. But I'm going to have to give a slight edge, obviously, to San Francisco because, with the Rams, both two of their top running backs, receivers are gone. And without receivers to throw to, DeMarcus Russell's going to have to step up. Robinson, is going to have to step up. And who's the other? Whittington, I think, is the other
Whittington.
receiver. So unless they can step up and help Matthew Stafford, it's going to have to be the 49ers.
I do think they will step up, but I don't think it will be enough to beat the Niners. Listen, the Niners, doesn't matter how the Niners offense plays, they got a defense to bail them out of it. So that it's going to be the Niners.
Yeah, it's gonna be Niners. Yeah. Even though the Debo and McCaffrey, they're both out, but they still got a deep defense that can back them up. And Fred Warner and them boys are still dangerous out there.
It's going to be not that much of an interesting game. Matthew Stafford's just barely hanging on. He's got to utilize more weapons that they don't have on San Francisco's side. San Francisco's just getting by. They're not as scary as they were. The Vikings shown already that they can be beat. But I'm going to take San Francisco in this game. Next up, we have Detroit's finest, the Detroit Lions, going against the Arizona Cardinals. Brett, who you taking?
Good one. I would have to say Arizona. They showed out again, last week. in the last week's game, Detroit coming off a loss. We're gonna have to see if they can bounce back or not. But I give the edge to the home team.
I think it's going to be a close game, man. The Cardinals have been playing great. Kyler Murray, Boomer Sooner, baby, has been playing great. He's finally found Marvin Harrison Jr., and that's a deadly duo. So I think the Cardinals are going to put up a fight, and I think they're going to come out with the win simply because Campbell loves to go for it on fourth down. He loves to take risks, and in my opinion, too much risk, and that will hurt him, and I think this week the slight edge is going to go to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give it to Cardinals right now because they got good momentum coming right now going into this game at home. In Detroit, the receivers seem slightly banged up, and coming off that loss to Tampa Bay, I think it kind of shocked them a little bit. So I think right now it's Arizona.
And I feel Detroit's going to struggle in the secondary because like Kyle Murray's going to do, Kyle Murray's going to just throw the ball. He's a threat. And I feel Marvin Harrison's going to have all the looks. I mean, and also too, McBride. Don't get it twisted. McBride has actually been a safe haven for Kyle Murray, and especially with Connor running the ball, I just think Arizona's going to take advantage of that. Next up, we have a very interesting game here. We have them Dirty Birds, the Baltimore Ravens, going against Brett's second favorite team, them boys, the Dallas Cowboys. Who are you taking, Brett?
Do we even have to ask?
That's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Baltimore, if you think Alvin Kamara was showing out against them last game, wait till Derrick Henry get a hold of him.
It's going to go Baltimore, man. I just feel like Dallas just, I don't know. I think they'll put up a good fight, but I think Baltimore's a much better team.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Baltimore because I think after these last two losses, Baltimore's tired. They ready to just start, knocking heads off. So they can go to Dallas and Derrick Henry just going to step them into another realm.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Dirty Birds as well. The Crows. The Crows are going to go over there. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Baltimore right now has to shape up. This is the game where they're going to say, hey, let's get back to the fundamentals. Let's go. Zay Flowers, everybody needs to step up. And Mark Andrews likely had a terrible game. I mean, first game against the Chiefs, lit it up. Second game against the Raiders, locked down. So everyone is going to have to pull their part, but I'm going to take Baltimore. Next up, we have Chiefs Kingdom.
Yes, sir.
Here's this team, the Kansas City Chiefs, Sunday night against the Atlanta Falcons. Who are you taking, Driz?
Oh, I'm taking the Chiefs, of course. Who else would I take? This is the team that's gonna have as close of a season. I'll say they're gonna go undefeated. But instead of losing the Super Bowl, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Imagine that.
Really?
Hi.
Okay.
No, but in all seriousness, it's got to be the Chiefs, man. Like Atlanta came in and they really surprised us against Philly, and Kirk Cousins did a great 2-minute drill and everything. But the first three quarters, Atlanta didn't play really good offensively. They really just showed out at the fourth quarter when it mattered, and they kind of got lucky with Saquon dropping that ball because, in my opinion, they should have lost. But they're a good team. I think they'll put up a fight. But come on, you're not going to count the Chiefs out.
Man, I said this is going to be a tougher game than it is because with Pacheco going out, if Kansas City can't get a run game going, it's going to be a tough one. But, of course, they got Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, so I'm going to have to give the slight edge to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to call. Got Atlanta home, but Kirk Cousins, I know a lot about Kirk Cousins. The thing with Kirk Cousins is he has tendencies to make late-game mistakes. So I feel the Chiefs are going to capitalize on that. So Chiefs with the win.
Chiefs just has more weapons, and on the Atlanta side, I mean, you're going to trust in Bijan Robinson to run the ball as well. And then wide receiver core, it's not that strong. I mean, Kyle Pitts, okay, but the Chiefs are not going to be intimidated by this. And defensively, they're going to have a hard time against Mahomes. They're going to try to go into shootout, but Kirk Cousins is not meant for the shootout. And I just feel that if Atlanta's going to win, they're going to have to capitalize on Chiefs' mistakes. That's the only way they're going to win. Yeah. So next up we have the Jaguars going against Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills. Who are you taking, Brett?
But definitely Buffalo. Buffalo's been hot right now these past couple games, man. So definitely Buffalo.
It's Buffalo. Jacksonville, I had hopes from coming into the season. They do not look good offensively or defensively. They look embarrassing. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know what's going on with Trevor Lawrence because he has the weapons he needs. It's just They are not. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Jacksonville. So give me the Bills.
I'm also going to go with the Bills because they showed me against Miami with 3 to 4 of their starting defensive players out. They still shut them down. So just think what they're going to do to Jacksonville.
Shout out to Von Miller. Hey, you look great, my guy. You look great. The Bills defense are doing something. I mean, you see Josh Allen's taking the team on his shoulders and doing what they need to do, and they've got a good running back in Cook. So right now they're doing all right. So I'm going to take Buffalo. Next up we have Brett's team, the Commanders, going into the jungle against the Cincinnati Bengals. Brett, who are you taking?
I want to take the Commanders. Well, because of course it's the Commanders. But the thing that's going to kill them is they got to be successful in the red zone. Field goals are not going to cut it, and they got to protect the quarterback because Jaden cannot keep on running every other play. But if it came down to it, it looks like Cincinnati. They coming off losing against Kansas City. They're gonna have a chip on their shoulder. Sadly,
it's gonna be Cincinnati, man. Listen, they have a great defense, and they bounced back after week 1 and played a great offensive game against the Chiefs. Like stupid mistakes by Jamar Chase and a fumble, and just stupid little mistakes lost them that game. And I don't think it's gonna happen against Washington.
I'm also going to have to go with the Bengals right now because I don't think Washington is ready just yet to take that next step against a team like the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm just going to take the Bengals as well. I mean, this time around, Jamar Chase, and that's a great point what Driz said, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Jamar has to get it together. If he's going to want that contract and all that, look, they've already didn't invest in Mixon, so there he went. I mean, there's people, I'm saying, this is a business, and right now, if you're going to cause trouble, you're not going to get paid. But I think this is going to be an easy win for them. I just feel Washington, Dan Quinn still got to get his pieces together. So this doesn't surprise me. Everybody picking the Bengals. Next up, we have the Bears. Chicago Bears going against the Colts. Who are you taking?
You got one side where the quarterback is doing better than the other quarterback. It's all going to come down to the defense. And I'm going to have to give Chicago the slight edge because they got the defense that can, shut teams down. And so I'm going to have to roll with Chicago on this one.
I disagree. I'm going with Indy. Listen, I don't think Caleb Williams is the problem. Yeah, he could be playing better. He's only had 2 games in the NFL. It's his offensive line. I think I saw a stat. It was like he got pressured like 31 out of 35 times on pass plays. That's ridiculous. He's a rookie quarterback. He can't learn and develop if he's going to have to run for his life every single play. With that offensive line, they don't stand a chance this season, bro. I'm telling you right now. So it's going to go to Indy because without that offense, you're not going to win.
I would say Chicago, but the way Caleb Williams got beat up all that last game. No. So let's go to Indianapolis on that one.
Indy overall offensively, they're not clicking. Jonathan Taylor is not really as explosive this year as he is, and also too, they don't seem scary offensively. Defensively, they're okay, but it's not a scary moment. And then on the Chicago side, it's their defense that's keeping them in the games, and it's just that like DJ Moore hasn't really been able to do much. I mean, Keenan Allen's out. I mean, it's just I feel overall Indy's got this. They're at home, so I'm gonna go take Indy. Okay, the game day.
Wait, before you get to game of the week, you skipped the Texans and the Vikings.
Oh my gosh! I knew that was going to happen. I knew it, Driz. You saved
I got
me.
your back.
All right, we have Skol, the Minnesota Vikings. My apologies, you guys. I don't have my glasses on, so I probably missed it. Shout out to all our Viking fans, Todd, Chaz. Shout out to y'all, big Viking fans, going against them Texans. Chuck's team. All right, Driz, who you got?
Listen, I think the Vikings have been playing really good for how they came in the year with half their players out and injured or whatever. And I think Sam Darnold's really stepped up compared to the player he used to be with the Jets and everything. I think he's really found a place in Minnesota right now. But you're going against Houston, man. CJ Stroud with his amazing core of receivers, Joe Mixon, that they have a decent defense. I got Houston on this one. They're just too much of a good team, in my opinion.
Yeah, Houston's hot right now. And I like the team. They move the ball. Defensive wise, I mean, they was just beating down Chicago defensive wise on that last game. So
I'm also going to go with Houston on this one. It's just too much firepower. And right now, Minnesota's, Justin Jefferson right now, he's kind of banged up, and he says he's going to play, but I'm not sure coming back from a quad injury.
It's going to be Houston. I mean, you got to understand, C.J. Stroud is going to utilize Mixon, Tank, and Collins, and then you've got Mixon in there. And I mean, I would like to see Schultz, right, the tight end. I'd like to see CJ to kind of trust in everyone, use all the weapons. D'Amico Ryan's got that team set. Now, it did scare me that Sunday night game how Chicago was able to do certain of the plays, and that's something that they need to lock down, especially if they're going to go further into the season and then they have to run across a Kansas City. You can't do that. Kansas City's going to own you for that. And so this is the time now to start making those adjustments. I mean, I'd like to see Minnesota do something, but it won't be bad to lose to this team. That will help them refocus on what they need to do. All right, now we can go. The game day of the week is brought to you by She Cuts Barbers. We have the Iron Curtain, the Pittsburgh Steelers going against T-Bolt, the Danger Zone, the Los Angeles Chargers. Brett, who do you got?
I'm going to take Chargers on this one. Pittsburgh has had been bailed out by their offense the last couple of games, and of course, like I said, Harbaugh is good at finding those diamonds in the rough. Everywhere he goes and he gets started, he finds the success. So I'm gonna go with Chargers.
Unfortunately, I have to go with Chargers.
What? Damn! Hold on.
Yeah.
Did he say that? Three times the Chargers.
Hate the Chargers.
I think Travis is. Man, if Travis is here, he'd be so.
No,
proud.
I hate the Chargers with the passion, but no, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Listen, I was hating on J.K. Dobbins at the beginning of the year. He's blown me away. He's not because he was injury prone. I was like, he's injury prone. He's gonna get hurt. Something's gonna happen. But he's been playing lights out the first couple weeks against their opponents, and I just don't trust Justin Fields enough. Man, he's doing a good job not turning the ball over. He's just not doing a good job of marching down the field, in my opinion, as a quarterback should. And I think the Chargers just look a lot better.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to go with the Chargers, but even though they have a good rushing game, that Pittsburgh defense is tough. So Justin Herbert's going to have to be able to air it out in order, to get around that defense. But I'm going to have to give the Chargers a slight edge on this one.
This is where we have to give credit with Denver. Denver's defensively, they did held Pittsburgh quite a bit with one touchdown. It was only one touchdown to field goals. But the thing is that with the Chargers, we need Khalil Mack. They need Boza. They need to get to Justin Fields. This is where they could strike. Now, on the offense, Justin Herbert, come on, guy. You got this. It's literally you just depend on the run, get your wide receivers going, just do what you can. Right now, the Chargers they're right under the radar, and that's where they need to be. I'm not going to compare them to Kansas City or Buffalo, but right now, Coach Harbaugh's got them to where they need to be, and if they can win out and be 3-0, their confidence is going to keep getting higher on that. But they just need to stay healthy, make sure they protect Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert not making boneheaded mistakes. All right, that wraps up week 3. Let's go ahead and take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
Well, I don't know about you folks, but here at Sportsfellas, things can get, well, a nice right funk going on sometimes. And in that time of need, we turn to our friend Kimberly Sampson, our own personal Cincy independent consultant. She is our favorite star consultant, so for your scent needs, get a hold of Kimberly at heavenlyscentswithkim@gmail.com or visit her website, heavenlyscentswithkim.cincy.us. You can also call her at 316-282-7363. That's Kimberly Sampson at Cincy, our favorite independent consultant.
We have Driz and Los Players of the Week. Driz, who do you nominate for Player of the Week?
Player of the week is going to be Alvin Kamara, man. 4 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 3 rushing. He had 100-something rushing yards and 65 receiving. He's just an amazing game. Dallas couldn't stop him. He was all over Dallas. Defensively, I'm going to pick Max Crosby. Listen, I hate the Raiders too, but Max Crosby, he's a heck of a player. He's a stud, and he played lights out against the Ravens and was a key factor in why they won. So.
Yeah, offensive wise. Oh yeah, Kamara showed out. Kamara just blew it up. I mean, They couldn't stop. In fact, you didn't even hear Micah Parsons' name throughout that whole game. I'm sorry.
That was terrible, Brett.
Not really. But yeah, I know.
Yeah, my offensive player of the week is going to have to be, because everybody's going with Kamara, I'm going to have to go with Devontae Adams. He really stepped it up, against that game in Baltimore. He started off slow, but when he started getting his groove, Minshew was getting into him, and he was just, shredding that secondary. And defensively, since he already said Crosby, I'm going to have to go with the whole New Orleans defense, because they completely shut down Dallas and kept them contained, and they were supposed to be a high-flying offense right now, but they made them look like, a JV offense.
Wow. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but hey, I'm going to show some love to the Sooners here. Baker Mayfield. I'm going to nominate him. What a great job putting the team on his shoulders, and they're rallying against him. I'm telling you guys right now, watch Tampa Bay. I feel this is the team that's got experience, and they're rallying against Baker. This could be a team. I'm not going to say NFC Championship, but they could go deep in the playoffs. Because right now, Detroit has lost a little confidence there, and Tampa's just surging right now. So we will see them in action against Kansas City for a Super Bowl rematch. But even though it's kind of not the same, but still, Tampa Bay can see how they play out. But right now, I got to nominate Baker Mayfield. On the defensive side, believe it or not, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills, besides them hurting Tua, these guys are literally just making sure they can keep Josh Allen on the field. And so I nominate the Buffalo Bills because right now they're keeping that 2-0. They're on top of the division. And, the journey still keep going. They know already they're going to have to face Kansas City. I know we talk Kansas City quite a bit right now, but it's just no matter what in AFC, you want to be good, you got to go through Kansas City. Moving on over to the Bro.
I don't know.
All right, it's brought to you by State Farm. Call our friend Ernie Rellis for all your insurance needs here. Bruh, talk to me, Brett. What did you see this week was like, bruh?
I'm going to go with my team. Bruh, protect the quarterback, man. For goodness sake. Jay Williams cannot keep running every other play. We cannot just keep giving the ball to either an Austin Eckler or Brian Robinson. And then us kicking field goals almost every time we get to the red zone. Come on, man.
I used this last week. I'm using it again. Will Levis. Listen. He just makes dumb plays. He's just trying to play backyard football, doing weird, crazy stuff, trying to make something happen in critical situations. He basically lost them the game last week with that dumb play I called out. And this week they were in the red zone. He cost them points. They could have at least got 3 points out of that, but instead he turned the ball over by trying to be a superhero, and it didn't even look good. It wasn't a smart play. I don't know. Like, Will Levis, what are you doing? As his coach said, you're an adult. You make smart decisions, why are you doing this as a pro football player? It's not somebody you should be doing. Come on, bro.
Hey, I'm going to say, what's up with Trevor Lawrence, man? He's another one of them quarterbacks that get this money, and they just seem not to get it done. You get all this money to win games, and right now, you ain't winning games. What's going on, bro?
Bruh. I'm telling you right now, the Dallas Cowboys organization as a whole. What is up? Really? Home opener? And you let the Saints do that to you guys? Bro, come on, man. You just got paid, Dak. Then defensively, you let Alvin Kamara run all over you?
Man.
That's just redonkulous. So that's my take on that. All right. Okay, we're going to dim down the lights a little bit. Hit that candle. DJ, hit that song. We're tuning in to the Quiet Pillow Football Talk. This is brought to you by Cincinnati by Kim. Driz, I want to talk to you. I have a problem. That game against Kansas City, Jamar Chase acting foolish, costed the team. Mm-hmm. And then that last call at the end, Don and I, we freaked out. What do you think about that?
Listen, Jamar Chase he can't help the fact that he was getting locked down by Trent McDuffie, and he got so heated he couldn't control his emotions. Hey, we've got a great defense. Get over it. I don't know what else to tell you. And listen, flags go either way for both teams. There's plenty of flags that got called for the Chiefs that aren't getting highlighted because we won. So like, y'all just take greatness is all I gotta say to that.
Facts.
Hey, I'm gonna say what's up to the Carolina coaching staff right now. How is it that Bryce Young is now being benched and y'all have not done what it takes to make this man a better quarterback? This man was a Heisman Trophy winner, #1 pick. Why is it that he has not progressed by now into his third season?
You know, Don, if I was him, I'd go talk to Drew Brees right now, give him some pointers, because Drew Brees is not that much taller than me. Hey, he was successful in New Orleans, got a Super Bowl ring. It can be done. It's just that maybe it's the culture. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna have to say, Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
What you doing? You're paying Dak Prescott all the money just to be mediocre, man. y'all paying them $60 million a year, knowing he ain't going nowhere, and the only playoff wins that he had was his rookie year, and the one against the washed-up Tom Brady, man.
So I'm gonna talk about the AFC North as a whole right now. If you look at the standings and the records of each team, Steelers are on top, 2-0, and then somehow the Bengals and Ravens are 0-2. That just doesn't sound right, you know. That's the complete opposite of how we thought they were going to start the season off. More specifically, I'm digging to the Ravens, because how do you lose to the Raiders, man?
Ooh.
It's like,
Oh, that's cool.
they shouldn't have lost. Now, y'all played a great game, Don, but they shouldn't have lost. Now look at them, they're at the bottom of the division right now.
Oh, I'm going to jump on that bandwagon. You let the Steelers be 2-0. That's the team.
Yeah.
And their offense isn't all that great. Something's wrong here. All right, we guys, let's turn those lights back on. All right, so we are back. That was, stretch it out. Now I got a neck cramp. Okay, the last but not least, we have
The last word from Dawn. Hey, how about them Raiders right now? They on a high right now. We just beat the Baltimore Ravens. So I want to give a shout out to the Raider Nation right now. That, it started off slow. We were picked to not beat that team, but we stuck together. They let us hang around, and we did what it took to win the game. Defense stepped up. Offense started stepping up. Everybody played together as a team. So, hey, let's shout out to the Raiders right now for that great win.
I'm not shouting out the Raiders, but I'm going to shout out the Chiefs, okay? Listen, we started off the year against two of the toughest teams in the AFC, and we won. We're 2-0. That's a good start. Even if we don't go undefeated, even if we lose games here and there, I feel like these two wins are critical when it comes to the end of the season on, ties, seeing who gets that #1 seed, and I feel like this will be a critical spot for that.
Yeah, man, I'm giving a shout out to my commanders, man. I know the future, it looks a little bleak right now, but in the future looks bright right now.
I'm going to give a shout out to specific AFC teams here. The Buffalo Bills, the Los Angeles Chargers, I feel, and also, of course, Houston Texans. I'm going to tell you why, because right now they're trying to gear up. It's always been like this when you try to mirror a team. Who's the hot team? They've done it for years when it was New England, Baltimore, Denver, Kansas City. They were all trying to mirror in Indianapolis, trying to figure out how they could be good to beat New England Patriots in that time and during that time. Now it's the Chiefs. This is the Chiefs era right now. So we all know Josh Allen gives a hard time to the Chiefs. Justin Herbert, once in a while, he does as well. But we don't know too much about Houston. I mean, Houston's still a young team, but with veteran caliber players. So a shout out to them, because now we can bring that excitement. So if these guys can't get this geared up, Kansas City's just going to keep being like they're going to be the New England Patriots for the time, because no one in the NFC scares me right now. I mean, I'm proud for some of these players. I mean, teams like the Minnesota Vikings and the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. But let's be realistic. I don't see them doing anything that's going to intimidate the AFC. I think AFC is just a powerhouse. Well, you guys, that concludes week 3. Any shout-outs before we go?
Hey, shout out to coming to meet the fellas and talk sports and talk a little bit of trash.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. I love coming on here and getting my anger out on the teams I hate,
Yeah, shout out to all of us being here, able to come in good fellowship here, and hi, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, thank you guys for always making it happen. Driz, as always, man, it's always good. I mean, you can't talk bad about the Chiefs. Since I've known you, they're just successful. So it's just kind of like, just got to deal with it, man. We just got to roll with it. And
Until we
then,
knock 'em off.
of course, shout out to our boy Eric. Eric, I greatly appreciate the things that you do, my friend. Thank you so much for all that. Also, Powell and Dobby Designs as well. Shout out to all the people that tune in to us. I'm really thankful that you guys take the time to listen to us. And also, shout out to, last but not least, to all our friends and family, all of ours. I don't got time to name them all out, but you know who you are. Just know that you guys are special people to me. I appreciate you guys and look forward to seeing you guys in week 4. We're out.